I need it to be said with energy, with enthusiasm and excitement. I need it to be said aggressively, but in a controlled aggressiveness. I need it to be said with pizzazz. That's all part of rhetorical skill, the art of persuasion, especially relevant in politics, which is nothing but showmanship. It's nothing but a big show, Barnum and Bailey show, with quotables, with spinnables, with marketables, and with slogans. Vance Packard, the true believer. Am I to believe the masses are that gullible and stupid? Am I to believe this? And the answer to that is regrettably yes. If you can't sell it, you can't say it. I wish that wasn't true. I was told, once you get up on stage, you better smile and keep on smiling. They have to like you, they have to love you, or you'll be eating mustard sandwiches. That's the cold, hard reality of it. And that whole package, taken together in one sticky mass, one ugly, sticky mass, is charisma. You can learn it, but not as well as a natural. A natural is one who has the temperament, and more important than that, the confirmation and the conditioning to convince him he is what he claims to be. And that, of course, when you take it to its extreme, is narcissistic sociopathia. Now it's not so easy anymore. Now, to speak about these things, to diagnose them, to comprehend them, comprehension goes beyond understanding, is now not an easy thing to do, because it must take in what we say in Heideggerian philosophy. You have to go through tons and tons of existential to get to the existential. The existential being all the bullshit we go through, all the masks we wear, all the pretenses. What we have to offer. But mostly all of this comes down to who foots the bill? How do my bills get paid? What can you do for me? Who's taking care of my business? My, ay, 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 ay. That's what it's all about. Ay, 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 ay. Who wins the battle of ay, 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 ay? Keep it up with the Joneses. And again, one-upsmanship. You want to garnish everything on your side, but do it in such a way that you can sneak it into your side and you're masqueraded. Your opponent doesn't even know it. You have to know a lot about your opponent going in, more than what he knows about himself. You have to be able to do the dirty ground detective work, the PI work. I have to know everything my opponent knows about me in order to face him effectively. The things I'm ignorant of, or deliberately keep myself ignorant of, because I want to be a nice guy, these things will destroy me. They'll come back to haunt in every single case. And you go to the B room. You try to approach a woman there. It's every man for himself. It's a cutthroat, brutal, savage competition. And it reveals, indubitably, human nature. Which is neither good nor bad, but exists on a continuum between those two polar opposites. But they're not really opposites. They're in what I would call a dialectical struggle one with another in a three-dimensional, not a two-dimensional thinking. That's able to take so many different layers and hold them under observation, all at the same time, while also saying and doing what you have to do to survive in the confrontation and encounter I'm dealing with right in front of me. This is a very tall order. It takes a lot of skill. And like Professor Freud said, in civilization as this contends, I'm not an economist, but I'm able to say on psychodynamic principles, the premises on which utopian socialism is predicated are completely untenable. It requires a rabid capital that brings out the aggressiveness, the raw, naked competition in greed. And somehow through all of that playing itself out, you get a solution. So in laissez-faire capital, my point in being this, you get a solution. You get an answer, and that's why someone like Donald John Trump, who's benefited enormously, although he's done everything, in my opinion, to abuse laissez-faire capital and to generate laws that put his ilk at advantage. But you do get an answer. And if you get the wrong answer, it'll kick you right out onto the street. Period. But it's an answer. You get an answer. The one thing you can't do is what you can't. Sooner or later, you have to give up the hanging on bite. In Gestalt, we call it the hanging on bite. Sooner or later, you're going to have to let go of the bite. You can't keep spinning on the dime. It takes too much energy to keep spinning on the dime. You can't keep treading water. When do you stop treading water? What happens when you stop treading water? Boom, it sinks right down. Now he's got to keep kicking and tread some more. Floor on your back. Figure a way to survive. That's capital. That's raw laissez-faire capital. And the results of that contest is the one who deserves to survive. You have to earn the right to survive. It's not gratis. All you got gratis is the air you breathe, and even that's not free. The best things in life are not free. The air isn't even free. The water you drink, and the place you lay down and call home. Wherever I lay, could be in a park bench, right underneath Trump International. A cold winter night, that's my home. Under the bench, on top of the bench, behind the bench, that's my home. It's a pay-as-you-go world. Nobody can carry your weight. Nobody wants to carry your weight. Everybody is fighting for their cut of the pie. The battle is the metaphysical struggle between Nietzsche and Marx. That's the riddle for the 21st century. The riddle between Nietzsche and Marx. Truly understood, deeply understood. I'm not talking about the superficial understanding and promotion of a Mark Levin, whose analysis is profoundly shallow and fundamentally incorrect. That's not what I'm talking about. Think about this. This is heavy.